Welcome back to Nerdio Commentaries StarTropics playthrough.
Yes.
Continuing on with the Dungeon of Sea Island.
Now we're facing more rats. The snails are becoming scarce, so now you're seeing more rats.
Well, the rats are eating the snails.
Yes, the rats are. Ooh, interesting use of science in the food chain on the NES.
Hey, things have to sustain themselves somehow.
Yes, you have to put some reality and logic into video games.
But then, let's not bother explaining why there's now slugs again.
Yeah.
See this room? There's all sorts of these green switches, and in order to be completely thorough, you do want to hit each one. Because lots of times, like a special hidden weapon, like a baseball bat, or there's like some really awesome killer shoes later on. You're going to want to try and get every item you can. As you can see, I found like this secret entrance here, but this secret entrance is actually, I think, the proper way to get further in the dungeon.
You know what's interesting? Like, this came out, like, and people thought, like, it's a comparison to Zelda, but Zelda didn't have a lot of initial jumping until the Game Boy Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
You have to get the rocks fed. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I imagine if they put this as Zelda 2, it would have been a little bit much more interesting than the side-scroller Link's Adventure, or whatever that second game was.
Yeah, I never really saw this as a comparison to a Zelda game.
Well, look, you got 3 hearts, you got the items that you can select back and forth, dungeon exploring.
But a lot of that stuff is now commonplace in like a lot of games too, right? So,
yeah, but I'm just talking back in 1990.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I just never noticed it myself, because this game just felt like its own kind of standalone game.
But it just had like just little traits in and out that there are some comparisons to it. But it is interesting to look back to see how far games have gone.
Now you see here, I found a secret switch back this way.
Yes.
A door opens somewhere. Let's go explore. Eureka!
Yep.
Now here we're coming into one of the cruelest things that anyone could put into any game. As you see here, there's a nice red potion. So I pick it up, but before I leave, if you check all these switches, you'll find another hidden switch up here that opens up another door. And this leads you to
a second room with another potion.
And let's pick that up. Now if you jump around, you may find another switch. And if we push that switch there, and if you go into the next room, you will die.
I was just waiting. I'm just thinking, it's like, people are watching this who obviously have played the game. It's like, we know already that you should only get 2 potions. If you go to that, try to get the 3rd one, it'll only be death.
That's because for anyone that doesn't know what's up there,
is death.
The entire room is water.
Yeah. There
is not one platform to land on. The moment you jump in, you drown.
They put in nice detail of water with skeletons in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know how they were floating like that, but whatever.
Ah, well. But yeah, so that you'll find a lot of really cruel tricks that they play on you in this game. So now we're just going to head up this way. I believe we're coming up to a boss battle in just a moment.
Did you as a kid, like, trying to get through this game, get those... They had, like, the NES Atlas. It was something that Nintendo Power held out, that they gave you strategy guides and maps for a lot of Nintendo games. And back then, it was a little bit cheap to do those kind of screenshot mazes. So they just copy and paste like different screens onto the magazine. You can see the character sprites in all those screenshots as you're seeing the map.
I remember those. I don't think I had a map for this. I just kind of played through it myself.
Oh, you're playing the more conservative way to beat this boss. Usually I just go nuts with the yo-yo.
Yeah.
And even though I take damage, like, if I go fast enough, I don't die.
Yeah, if you use the yo-yo, you got to jump right up in front of him, don't you?
Yes, you have to go like right up to that square right next to his face.
Because the yo-yo won't reach that far. But if you do pick up enough of these torches along the way, you can just kind of let loose. You can only shoot him, of course, when his mouth is open.
Yes.
And when his mouth is open, he shoots back at you. So fire off a shot or two, and then.
But isn't the torch a little bit more powerful than the yo-yo, or a little bit less stronger?
I don't know. I never used the same. I never used both weapons on the same person.
No.
So.
Oh, I've always just used the yo-yo. I don't think I. Okay, I was thinking you had to take like 20 torches to do it, but you just did like less than 30.
Yeah. So yeah, either way, Snake's dead. You see his nice dead carcass.
Yeah.
Ah, such a lovely children's game.
Yeah. Well, this was right after Monster Party, which I don't know if you ever played that one.
No.
Oh, that one was, you're this little kid named Mark, and you have a guardian angel called Bert. Yes, they called it Gargoyle Bert. And you're going through beating a lot of monsters, and there's a lot of blood in that game. Like, I know in the original title screen they turned it green, but everything else in-game, like from sprites, a lot of blood.
Yay. So here we come to everybody's favorite, Babu!
Babu! Dr. J's assistant.
So he's telling us about the submarine that Dr. J had, and the code to start it is 1492.
Did you ever do this, like, if someone told you something and you had to memorize it, you had to think in your mind and put a little text box in mind called memorized such and such?
I probably
and
did.
Use it as an item?
You do need to do that for later on in the
yes.
for frequency, right?
Hey, look, it's Rob.
I know.
Or a clone of Rob.
Or as we'll call him later, Navi.
Navi.
Because...
Or Navcom.
Yeah, I call him Navi because later on, he gets just as annoying as Link's Fairy does in Ocarina.
But to be fair, he doesn't go like, hey, listen,
no.
hey.
Yeah, they couldn't program him, but you know if they could, they would have.
Oh, yeah, if this game was remade onto the Wii, they would have.
So we sail off into the Great Blue yonder.
The Great Blue now saving your data.
And we're going to go into Chapter 2, Dolphins, so stay tuned for the next part.